Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Oz Mining. So yeah, look, I did a strategy session. This was back in March, and just covering off what I'm doing in the crypto space right now, what my plans were, how I was managing things like the ETH merge and profitability. And it seems like we're now in July. It's the 1st of July 2022. So just over 3 months has passed since I did the last video, and I really thought it'd be good just to come back and revisit some of those things I discussed with crypto mining strategy. A lot has changed since March. The ETH merge is getting closer. It is coming, guys. I keep saying it. We can't bury our head in the sand. It's creeping ever closer. No exact date yet, but it's closer than it was a year ago. Obviously, profitability's down. We've had a massive crypto crash, so all of our mining profits are underpinned by the underlying price of the coin that we're mining. There are some good things. The network hash rate is reducing. A lot of people are switching off their rigs. So what I really want to do today is, and I've put together, and this is something I use for myself, I've put together my top 10 tips to survive. And this is really getting through the crypto winter and, making good decisions. And, we're going to look at some things. So, we're going to look at overall strategy. What is your strategy? Do you have a strategy? Maybe you don't need one. But if you do have a strategy, what is it? Are you sticking to it? Are you revisiting it? And we'll go into a bit of detail there around how are you financing your crypto? Do you have deep pockets? Do you have to, sort of earn crypto before you can reinvest? Are you just doing it, as a hobby? Then we get into things like, power costs. One of the biggest costs of mining is the cost to run our GPUs or our ASICs. So let's have a bit of a deeper look at power, how we can get those power costs down, because if we reduce power costs, then we can increase our profits. And then we move on to profitability, and we'll look at, just some ways of looking at your profit, how you can make decisions, how you can analyze your profit per day, and try and make some decisions. Then we go into things like efficiency. Sometimes, after power, if you can make your rigs, your GPUs more efficient, and there are ways to do it, then again, you can reduce costs and you can increase your profitability. Then we're going to get into some more interesting areas. I did a recent video around I'm recycling all of my home GPU farm heat into my house. I've not switched the heating on all winter. I'm saving myself, I'm saving the family, $10-20 a day easily. That effectively is an opportunity then for me to technically increase my profits. We can't overlook these opportunities. Also looking at diversification, you would have seen me, talking about these lovely little mini Doge miners. I've got quite a few of them running now. I have, and breaking news yesterday, invested in some Cadena miners, and I'm really looking forward to getting them. I put an order in yesterday. Again, the price of assets is coming down, so if you are in the crypto for the long run and it meets your strategy and you're not spending more than you can afford, maybe diversify in ASICs is the way to go. And we'll look at some other options around diversification. Also, the ETH merge is coming. Let's get prepared. There's things you should be doing right now. There's things you should be testing out. Your rigs. Have you got the right power? Because power is going to increase. When you're using the different algorithms, it's not going to be efficient as ETH. Do you need more power supplies? Have you got the right cables? Let's get prepared. Let's get ready for that switchover day. What we're going to mine, what algorithms, are we going to use Hive OS? Are we going to use NiceHash? Let's just get ready. Let's just not leave it to the switch day and we're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Help, Then really sort of wrapping up, we're going to look at, how we're going to monitor, our operations. We've got to keep vigilant. We've got to keep watching Oz Mining. Got to keep watching Red Panda, Red Fox. You've got to watch the Ethereum dev course, see what's happening. If you monitor things, then you can see what's happening, you can make some good decisions. And then finally, we're going to have a little bit of reflection, like look at the big picture. Life is short. We're doing this primarily either to make some money, have some fun, a bit of both. So let's just reflect, we don't get stressed out, we want to be doing it for the right reasons. If you're not loving money anymore, well, look, maybe it is time to move on, but that can be done, so I think it's just looking at the big picture and, like I say, keep calm, carry on mining, have some fun, family first. Let's remember all the important things. So guys, let's jump into it. I've got some slides I'm going to run through on my computer, so let's jump into it, and I'll go into a little more detail around my top 10 tips to survive. Okay, let's jump straight into it. So
Number one is strategy. What is your strategy? Are you mining for fun? Are you a gamer with a card that just mines when they're not playing games? Some mild interest in crypto, or you just plan to pay your card off over a few years? Is it a hobby? Is it a business? You may have a few cards you're mining, earning a little bit of side income, or you might be fully scaled up and earning substantial wedge and treat it as a business, depreciating your assets, and potentially you have clients that you deal builds for. So there can be all, I guess, scales to how you're mining, why you're mining, and depending on what that is, and you would likely have a strategy. One strategy is you may have no strategy, and that's fine. But for like myself, I'm close to 100 GPUs, been mining for just over a year, and obviously make content as well that hopefully you guys are liking. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, click the links below. And I do GPU mining, ASIC mining, so I guess I'm diversified, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Are you mining short term, long term? Maybe you've been mining for a year and now possibly it's down, it's time to get out. Or you're a long term miner, you've been doing it for many years and you ride the ups and downs and just really enjoy the space and the bigger picture of crypto, decentralization, projects, NFTs. Just a big fan of, I guess, supporting networks of the future whilst earning some form of income. Where are you in your strategy? Are you scaling up? Are you scaling down? Are you buying GPUs cheap while we're in the dip, or are you selling them off, trying to, I guess, GPUs are fully paid off, so you're going to sell some now and maybe buy some ETH, while it's low, or maybe just holding. Maybe just holding your current farm. You're going to monitor what's happening. There can be different, I guess, cycles in your current journey. Do you have limited cash, or do you have deep pockets? You could be a millionaire and you just buy GPUs just because it's fun and you're not too worried about how much they cost, or they should be. And or you could be someone that's conscious that you need to earn money before you can reinvest into GPUs or ASICs or networks, or a little combination of both. Are you a content maker? I enjoy making content. There's a great community. Try and share, tips, tricks, content. Hopefully, this content will be useful for a lot of you out there. And that can also generate a small side income. And in terms of, when you're mining, are you cashing out daily, weekly? Are you hodling coins, or a little bit of both? For myself, I am primarily cashing out. I'm also, hodling some coins. I guess looking ahead, if and when price lift, I'm happy to hodl a little bit and save up some coins. So overall, have a plan. Even if that's no plan, make sure that's your plan. Set goals, commit to your plan, stick to it, and review it regularly. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Hopefully that makes sense. Number two, finance. And you would have seen this on a lot of people's, I guess, feeds. This is not financial advice. And that's me both actually saying it now as part of this video, but also, you do hear that a lot. And, that is very true, because it's really important that you understand your finances. What can you and your family afford? And, never, ever, ever invest in something you're not sure about. If you're thinking about making an investment, maybe wait 24 hours. More often than not, you see mega deals. Well, it could be even better the next day. It's very unlikely that by not doing something, you're going to harm your financial situation. But if you do something and you've overstretched, you've overcommitted, then you could hurt your financial situation. So, always do your own research, seek advice, know what you can afford. Always buy with caution. If in doubt, just pause. I think Warren Buffett's got a kind of a rule of saying, but before you invest or before you buy something, maybe wait 7 days. Is it still the same in 7 days? Are you going to make the same decision? So always, if you are unsure or you are stretched, it's probably better not to buy or invest than it is to invest, because it's very hard to go back, or you could lose money by buying and selling again. Do you have a funding plan? Are you borrowing? Are you in debt to buy GPUs or ASICs, or do you reinvest your money? So it's really important you have a clear understanding of where you're getting your finances from. If it's debt, how you're going to repay it, and always keep that visibility. So it's credit cards and buy now pay later. Look, I actually have used a lot of buy now pay later, like Afterpay, Klarna. I find them very useful. But also, don't just load up just because it's there. Think about, well, you always have to repay that money. You're just delaying it. So always be conscious before you spend. Also, a rule I always follow, and it changes, what dollar per mega hash are you willing to spend? So probably 3 months ago, I was happy spending $10 a mega hash for a GPU. That's an Ethereum-based decision. Now I'm actually buying GPUs for about $4 a mega hash. For example, I'm picking up 3070s at the moment. The cheapest I picked up one that is working was about 280 Australian dollars, so that's less than 200 US dollars. And recently I picked up a batch of four, it was RTX 3070s, MSI Ventus triple fans, and I picked up them for about 400 Aussie dollars, which is less than 300 US dollars. So I'm paying less than $4, and no, I'm paying less than $5 a mega hash, probably closer to $4 a mega hash. There is still some unknowns in that. How long is it going to take to pay back that card? When will Ethereum go proof of stake? But at that level, it's below RRP. I'm happy to invest. I still think I'm going to be able to use those cards post the ETH merge. But there's still an underlying intrinsic value for gaming in the future as well. So have your rules, stick to them. If it's $5 a mega hash, don't spend a cent above that. Just have your rules and try and stick to them. Number 3, power. So look, there's a lot of focus on what your revenue or how many coins a day your GPU or your GPU farm will generate, which is the revenue. But to get the profitability, and if you go on what to mine, you put in your cents per kilowatt hour. A lot of places around the world, decent rate is around 10 US cents a kilowatt. That is rising, I'd say, globally due to the conflict in Ukraine and Russia. A lot of countries here, including Australia, are all getting impacted by the price of power. So if you can find ways to reduce your power cost, you're going to have a massive impact on your profitability. Often overlooked. I often see in the US there's people mining in places like Texas, Arizona, Utah, and they're going, I'm switching off my rigs, power's too expensive. And look, I don't know what the situation is in the US, but there's so much sun there, so much solar energy that could be harnessed. I sometimes wonder why there's not more solar panel miners in the US. I'm here in Australia. I've got a lot of solar panels up on my roof. It really offsets power from the distributor massively. So with that solar panel, I would be making a lot less profits. There's good government rebates in Australia. Instead of spending say $5,000 getting a 8 or 9 kilowatt an hour system, you can often pay close to 3,000 or 4,000 Aussie dollars. So it's pretty incredible. So if I'm not mining, it's going to be helping with my household bills, but it's really helping my mining at the moment. Secondly, you can make a very simple phone call to your supplier, ask them, can you reduce the rates? Often they will. You can make a phone call. You may be paying 17 cents a kilowatt hour, and you could get it down to 15 cents a kilowatt hour. You've just saved yourself 10 20% power costs. I did a compare the market using websites, and I actually reduced my power cost from my supplier by 40%. I was with Energy Australia. I switched to Reamped Energy. However, they amped up their prices, excuse the pun. And I then switched to AGL. I got a fantastic deal. And, there is peak and off peak, but at the lowest rates, I'm paying about 11, 12 cents a kilowatt Australian. So it's just sub 10 cents a kilowatt, in US cents. So, it's not the best ever, but for residential feed-in, it's great. I say 40% of my power costs. That's increased my profitability. So please, if you haven't, think about solar panels, call your current supplier, ask them to lower their rates, or compare the market and get a better deal. I promise you, it's one of the most simple, effective ways to increase your mining profitability. Even to the point is, stop this video now, make that call, come back and watch the rest of this video when you've got your better rates. So good luck with that. Number 4, know your profit per day, per week, per year. Have an understanding about how much your rig, your farm, your GPU, your Asic's making. Particularly crypto prices taking a hit, the ETH merge is coming. It's important you have awareness around your profitability. Where's your look? And I guess when I say profit, I mean not just the revenue you get per day, how many coins. It's your profit. So it's revenue less power. Have good awareness around that. What are other costs? Are you renting? Have you got insurance if you're renting as a business? How are you financing it? Are you paying interest? And also maintenance costs. I've just done a lot of thermal pad replacement. Understand the overall cost of running your farm, even if you're not buying GPUs. Think about the cost to maintain your farm, pay the rent. I'm running around 5 gigahash, and lucky I am running most of mine out of my house at the moment, and that means I've got no rent, I've got less overheads. I am looking to actually move that into a commercial property, and that will require me to pay rent, but I'm hoping that's after we've sort of got through this current crypto winter. So look at your cost structure. If you are currently paying rent, maybe you could bring it into your garage for 6 months, just to get through the current, I call it crypto winter. Can you bring your other costs down to increase your profitability for the overall farm? Do you have a switch off point? Is there a point where your current profitability less your power costs? Is there a point where you might have to switch off your rigs, say for part of the day, all of the day, or just when the profitability goes below a certain threshold? Or look, are you happy to go a little bit sub-zero, make a small loss, but build the coins? Because if Ethereum price doubles or Flux price doubles in a few months, well, those coins are actually going to be worth a lot more. So, perhaps maybe look at the price, not right now, but in the future. But again, do your own research. If it's the right thing for you to do right now, to switch your rigs off because you're making a loss on a daily basis and you can't afford to pay for that electricity without getting enough income to cover it, then switch off might be the right answer. If you can afford to pay your power costs, which are in excess of your mining, revenue, well, great. If you believe that the underlying price of those coins will go up in the future and you can sell them at a later date for a greater profit. But again, you need to look at your own situation and work out what's best for you. Another one is, are some rigs or some cards more profitable than others? For example, if you're running RX 580s, you're not going to be making much on Ethereum. Raven coins probably break even. However, if you're running RTX 3070s, one of the most, if not the most efficient card for mining ETH and some other coins, then you could keep them running and be making a profit. So, do you look at, say, switching off some cards or rigs over other rigs? Just be aware of, I guess, that profitability per rig, card, per farm to help you make some good decisions, So, and as I said, can you survive a loss in the short term? If you're mining, say, 1 ETH, a week at the moment, and that is maybe breaking even your power costs, and ETH's about, I think it's about $1,600 Oz at the moment, or US, and anyway, whatever it is, if that ETH becomes $5,000, well, looking ahead, that ETH will be a lot more valuable and potentially more profitable right now if you look at the future cost. Anyway, just be aware, feed that into your decision making, your strategy, and make a decision that's right for you. Efficiency is king, and it's queen, and it's everything else. Efficiency. Look at your cards, rank your cards in order. Running 2 RX 580s is about 30 mega hash, but you're probably running close to 200 watts an hour, versus if you've got one RTX 3070, you're again getting around 60 mega hash a second, and you're probably going to be running around 110 watts an hour. So it's a lot more efficient to run one or a stack of RTX 3070s versus double the amount of RX 580s. So, I think ranking cards is important. There might be a point where, look, maybe you want to sell your RX 580s just to you could sell probably 2 to 3 RX 580s at the moment, but it might be worth doing that to buy one RTX 3070. So just, think about those kind of equations. If you feel that would be a better outcome for you, then it's worth thinking about. Remember as well, particularly Hive OS, the efficiency that you see in your software is not the same as the efficiency that you see at the wall. So I would say invest in those wall meters, know what your at the wall power usage is. I monitor my farm on a weekly basis. I take screenshots. I go and measure it, write it down. I really keep a close track on my power. So have a look at the power at the wall. That's what you want to be optimizing, not necessarily the power that you're seeing in NiceHash or Hive OS, whatever software that you're using. Have you overclocked your cards for the best efficiency? Really great guys out there. I think Kiwi crypto miner. Let's have a look. We just go to my YouTube quickly. Where are we? So I think Kiwi crypto miner. This guy is really good. He's got lots of videos and certain cards for most efficient settings. So big shout out to this guy. He's doing some really specific overclock settings, sharing with us, the community, around certain coins algorithms. He's got some spreadsheets going. So really helping us to understand what is the most efficient way to run your cards. And again, that's critical. When profitability is low, if you can get your efficiency right, you're going to be increasing your profitability. So definitely have a look at your overclocking your cards. Sometimes it might be a slightly less mega hash, but because you get a big benefit in power, it could be worth that slightly reduced mega hash because of the greater differential in the reduced power. And finally, look, I've done a few videos on it. Clean and repaste your cards. So cleaning them, repasting them, without a doubt, I've got some 1080 Ti's, some 2 series cards like 2070s. I've repasted them, and literally when I plug them back in, the fans are running a lot cooler, so the fans are spinning less, and the power at the wall has reduced by 10 and 20%. So and particularly in a crypto winter now, this might be the best time to turn your cards off for a day, a few hours, clean them up, get them repasted. I've done a few videos on YouTube. Here's one, for example, I've done on the,
here's the main board, and that's the back plate. This model does have thermal pads both inside on the main board, which go onto the heatsink, and also on the back plate as well.
So you get it. I'm giving a full demo how to open the cards up. What size pads you need. Look, it does cost some money to buy these pads, some time to do it, but the benefit for a card that's been running for a year or two, so some RX 580's been running for 3 or 4 years. Once you clean them up, a bit of alcohol, get your pads, repaste the GPU chip. It's just, I've seen some amazing benefits on the efficiency, and your card's going to last longer. Again, disclaimer: don't open a card up if you're not confident you don't what you're doing. Again, do your research. Make sure you're comfortable doing it. You will void the warranty if you stuff anything up, or even if you don't, it could invalidate the warranty. So just be comfortable if you're going to do that. But if you are experienced, you are comfortable doing it, you know the risks, I can really highly recommend repasting, repadding your cards. And this is not a bad time to do it whatsoever. So that's another top tip for me there. Right, we're halfway through. Let's keep going. So the next one I wanted to bring to your attention is recycle. So I did a really good video a few weeks ago before I went on holiday with the family. And I am mining out of my home. So I've got a few places around the house, the garage, in my office, where I have mining rigs, and I've actually put a lot of my rigs around the house. I've got mini Doge miners in my living room under my TV, making no noise, but earning some money and pumping out some heat. I've got a mining rig next to my wife's, or in my wife's office. I've also got one here in my office where I'm filming at the moment. And I've also repiped the air, as you can see here, from my main mining farm room into the house, and it is just pumping in lovely warm heat into the house. I did a video on it recently. You'll
The
see
finished
here,
product, but I just thought I'd show
tilting.
you where I'm at the moment.
Yeah,
So
we'll take this in a minute.
you've got a lot of dust and hole in the wall, and yeah, so I've drilled through the drywall here. You can see the bricks.
And I'll just show you guys
Chilly
here
and
is
even
that
lower
that's
at
the finished
night.
product.
I'm
The
now
hot air
pumping
is
in
blowing
like around.
through this duct here now, heating the whole house up. The family's happy. I did a little bit of profitability analysis with, you know, instead of me spending, you know, I think it was for a day, you know, it could be between $10 and $20 Aussie dollars a day, heating my family's house. I'm now using the mining farm to do that. So it technically is increasing my profitability. I think it was up to about 20% a day. You know, that's massive. You know, if you're mining at home, you've got a home farm, guys, get this happening. You might be doing it already, but it is such a good way to recycle heat and, you know, save you switching on your air conditioning or putting heaters around the house. So, you know, again, massive benefit, I think, between doing this and, you know, calling my energy companies and getting a better deal. It has been a real lifesaver with this current, you know, crypto winter that we're experiencing. Number 7, diversify. So, are you mining 100% ETH at the moment? Look, if you are, and again, this all comes down to your strategy, that is generally the number one profitability coin at the moment. But, you know, what's interesting, and I'm sure it is right now, you know, if we go to what's a mine, and, you know, to run a 3070 here, look, ETH is number one. I saw there's a new coin here, NeoExa. Need to have a look at this. This could be something to jump into, or maybe not. But, you know, I've been mining a lot of Conflux recently, some Super Zero, some Fero. Now, you know, over the last month or so, you know, I've often seen Super Zero top of the profitability. Conflux has been right up there. It hasn't always been ETH every single day. So I've been watching this regularly, and in terms of mining at the moment, you know, whether you switch your 100% of your mining hash power to a different algorithm if the profitability changes, or look, what I'm actually doing at the moment, I've actually started diversifying already. You know, I'm mining around 80% of my hash power to ETH, but I've already started mining 10% to Ravencoin, 5% to Zero, 5% to Flux. And why am I doing that? Well, look, my belief is when we get the switch in ETH from proof of work to proof of stake, with all the hash power moving across to these coins, the profitability is going to really, really dip. However, I actually think the underlying price will go through some sort of a spike. So I'm holding some of these coins now because, and this is not financial advice, I think the cost of those coins will increase. So again, you know, so I'm building a little bit of stack of these coins. I'm still focused primarily on ETH, but I am starting to diversify some other coins. Obviously, once ETH goes to proof of stake, I will be 100% mining across these coins, and you know, maybe NeoExa, whatever it's called, might be the new one to go for. We'll have a look at that. I think I'm going to do a video on that one very soon. But just think about diversifying, not necessarily after the ETH merge to proof of stake, but perhaps before. What else? Diversifying. Well, look, again, I've been talking about it the last sort of 6 months. You know, ASICs, mini ASICs, are a great way to mine without having, you know, the massive, I guess, power draw and noise that some of the traditional ASICs have. You know, Gold Show do some great ones. I think Jazz Miner as well do some quieter, you know, home ASICs, let's call them. And I really like these. You know, I've just brought some Cadena miners. I'm hopefully going to get them next week. And, you know, I think it's a really good way to diversify. Also, I've actually brought as well this week a small mini PC, and I've got 1,000 Flux. I'm really looking forward to setting up a Flux node. So again, you know, maybe getting more involved in proof of stake. Ethereum 2.0, if you've got 36 Ethereum, you know, you could stake Ethereum and get some income. Also, you know, maybe trading crypto, maybe investing in NFTs, or again, being a content creator like myself or like many other YouTubers that, you know, try and share, you know, our experiences, tips, tricks. You know, you can generate, you know, a small amount of revenue. I'll say up to a really small amount of revenue. So we're talking, you know, dollars and cents. So it's, but look, you know, there are ways to diversify your time, your focus on crypto. And, you know, it's not all about just mine Ethereum. Think about other ways that you can generate an income. So number 8, be vigilant. So in the current climate, and I did another strategy post back in March, and we're now in July, and it's really talking around. We kind of need to be vigilant, get prepared, and this is really, really important. So I thought these two pictures on the left kind of summed it up. You want to be watching stuff, you want to be on what's mine, you want to be looking, you want to be watching content, videos, the ETH merge. Keep tracking, depending on your strategy, your scale of your mining operation, it will depend how much of this you want to do. But look, don't just sit there and let the world burn around you. It's important to keep vigilant. Again, this is all part of having a strategy. This is not financial advice, but the best thing you can do is monitor and be aware. That's how you protect your assets, your income, your family, your money. So the more of this you can do, the better. Just don't do this. So look, let's just go through some specifics. Check the ETH merge updates. I do a few updates on the ETH merge calls that happen every fortnight, the dev calls. Track what's happening, difficulty bombs, when they're going to merge, the test nets. Check other projects. Join things like Twitter feeds. I'll show you, for example. Join Twitter. What are people posting? It might be hardware stuff. Might be Tim Biko from Ethereum. What's happening with the merge? DJ Mines is just solar mined and ETH, but you can kind of look around. What's happening in the market. Things like if you're mining Fero, you want to get the Fero feed, and you want to see what's happening. So whilst we've all been very focused on Ethereum, you want to start to get abreast of what's happening with other coins you might be planning to mine, or you already are starting to mine now. So get the feeds going. Connect up on Twitter, connect to the YouTube channels. Get that information. So information is king. Again, check your profitability. Like I showed you earlier, get onto what's mine, check your profitability, be vigilant around, change of profitability across the coins. Watch prices. Again, if you're looking to buy GPUs or assets at the right price, I'm often on eBay or on Gold Shell, website, and if prices drop, be ready to pounce if you're out of stuff. Or if you're not, just monitor it. You might be planning to sell. So again, monitor prices. Either way, buying or selling, you want to keep abreast of prices. Follow your favorite YouTubers. Oz Mining. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. But there's plenty of other YouTubers. Red Pan the Mining, Red Fox Mining. Crypto Kiwi Miner. Chump Change. There's a lot of great content and miners out there. There's a great community. I've learned a lot. Hopefully I'm sharing some useful things as well. So follow your favorite YouTubers. Get your feed coming. Let the information come to you, and then that will help you make good decisions. Set up your rig mining notifications. So just simple stuff like if you go into Nice Hash. And profitability is looking quite good at the moment. Actually, I'm quite happy with that. But go here and manage rig notifications. Make sure all your rigs are set up to notify you when there's an issue. You want to be jumping on that. You don't want to be losing profits because a rig's gone down and you are not aware of it. Be skeptical. Look, not all information is the Bible, is the gospel. Always be skeptical. There are scams out there. There are things that can lead you astray. So always be skeptical. Double check. See what's happening. In other feeds and streams, just to validate before you jump into something new. If unsure, ask questions, join chat groups. Just use common sense. Is probably the best way to put this. Know what your triggers are. If things change with prices of GPUs, assets, or profitability on what to mine, what's your trigger? Back to your strategy. If you're going to be vigilant, and you're going to monitor the situation, what do you need to see to make decisions? And if you do have rules, try and stick by those triggers that make your decisions. So I think that's really important. And just be vigilant and stick to strategy. Number 9, we're getting there, guys. Look, prepare. Don't be like this guy. Don't bury your head in the sand. The ETH merge is coming. Feels like it's coming in a few months. Be prepared. Do not bury your head in the sand. What should you be doing? Test other algorithms. Maybe switch your rig off for a few hours. Switch over to Ravencoin Flux, fire it up, get your overclocks going. Get your fan settings in HiveOS. You can save all your things. HiveOS has some good features where you can save your overclocks or your flight sheets. You can save them so you can be ready to mine, say, Ravencoin or Flux in minutes. Don't do it the last minutes. Test your algos again. Have you got enough power? If you've got two 750 watt ATX PSUs and you're running, say, 10 RTX 3070s, that's not going to work if you switch to Ravencoin. You might have to pull a few GPUs off that rig, or you might need to add a third PSU because Ravencoin's going to use more power. If you just switch that over, turn it on, you're probably going to either blow a PSU or damage something or trip a switch. So make sure you test out your rigs, set them up, run them, check you've got enough power, check the power at the wall. Otherwise if you've got multiple rigs, you are just going to be running around like a headless chicken when it's time to switch over to new algorithms when ETH moves to proof of stake. Check your cooling as well. Ravencoin, for example, runs hotter. So aside from the power, do you have enough airflow? If you're already struggling in summer, wherever you live around the world, mining ETH, let me tell you, when you're mining, say, Ravencoin or some of the other algorithms, you can have even more problems. So just be prepared. Do you need to buy some extra fans? Do you need to cut an extra hole in the wall? Just be ready. What you're going to use? NiceHash, HiveOS. Using Windows directly on, sort of TRX miner or something. What is your plan? I actually think NiceHash is going to offer something useful for us miners post ETH going to proof of stake, as in it has it has in the NiceHash original, it will seek out the most profitable coin to mine at any one time. So you can be mining Flux in the morning, Ravencoin in the afternoon, something else maybe Ergo, like the next day. NiceHash will profit switch and ensure your profitability is always maximized. Again, I don't know how they're going to deal with the different overclocks for the settings. It's something I wouldn't mind them maybe having to think about that. I might even ask them a question because it's all very well switching your overclocks. Switching algos, but if your overclocks are staying static, that may either mean less efficiency, or you could, potentially be damaging your cards. So yeah, look, I think NiceHash has got potential there to be very useful post the merge while we're finding out, what the longer term most profitable coin is. But yeah, we just have to watch this space. Like I said, let's be vigilant. Let's see what they're doing. Let's be ready. So also look, test any wallets, exchanges. If you're going to mine new coins, Flux, Fero, Ravencoin, get your wallet set up. Exchange wallet, desktop wallet, soft wallet. Get them set up. Make sure they're working. It can always take a few hours sometimes to get wallets set up, get authenticated. And also look, check your exchanges. I've had a few times where my mined coins have not been paid to the exchange because there's been a wallet issue. I had a recent issue where I actually emailed. I was on Twitter and actually pinged the founder of Fero and also MXC, and the founder of Fero came back and he actually investigated and he got it fixed. So be vigilant. Even currently some of the exchanges can have issues when you're mining to them. So set up your new wallets, test them out, and just be vigilant with those wallets. So guys, as Boy Scouts always say, and Girl Scouts, be prepared. The merge is coming. Do not underestimate. There is work to do once ETH is no longer mineable. And finally, team, reflect. And this is really important. Everything I've talked about, starting from the strategy and going through all the things like profitability, efficiency, recycling, is look at the big picture, reflect on everything, review your strategy recently and stay focused and try and make good decisions. I love the phrase, keep calm and carry on mining. Look, or maybe keep calm and stop mining, but you know, look at the big picture. You know, like I said here, life is short. Have fun, love, enjoy what you're doing, whether it's for fun or for profit. You know, family first. You know, don't get, you know, wrapped up in mining so bad that you're not spending quality time with your family. Don't overinvest what you can't afford. It's just not worth it. Mining is fun, you know. It's you know, great community. You know, we're believing in networks of the future. We're earning, you know, a small or a large income, but you know, we really need to be, you know, if you're not enjoying it, there's no point in doing it. You know, if I think, you know, life is too short. So so guys, that's really it. Really, just reflect on everything. You know, make sure you have your strategy, and you know, the most important thing I think ultimately is to make sure you like, share, and subscribe, guys. So look, thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was useful for you. And you know, if you can get a few takeouts from today's session, you know, if it's just phoning your power company right now and getting a better deal, then fantastic. So guys, I'd love to see your comments, your feedback. If you've got any other tips, anything you think I missed, or you think we should expand on, I'd really love to hear it. And I think, you know, as a community, we need to try and help each other get through these challenging times. And you know, I really appreciate a lot of the things I'm learning from you guys. So yeah, hopefully you found this useful. And yeah, look forward to talking to you all again soon on the Oz Mining YouTube channel.